Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to keep the flow of abundance going even in the middle of a recession. So I know a lot of people are very worried because we still don't even know what kind of a recession we're going to be facing from the lockdowns and the shutdowns having to the with the coronavirus, and we do not know how much longer this is going to last. We had in the beginning, we saw the quarantines, right? And then we thought, well, this would be over, we'll flatten the curve, and then we'll go back to some kind of normality. But that is not necessarily happening. Second waves have started to happen, and places, countries, states are shutting down again. So I want to share with you something that Donald Miller, who is an expert in marketing, has said. He said that because this recession is being caused by a virus, not by deep economic problems in the world. That he thinks when this is over, people is going to be like the gold rush. That people are going to just um, be going crazy productive after this, and the economy is going to get vitalized a lot sooner than other people might think. And I feel a little bit conflicted with that because I think we needed a break. We've talked before about this being the great halt, this being the pause that a lot of people needed to take in order to calm down and not consume so much. So part of what we're trying to do in the Nine Steps to Feng Shui system is in alignment with the principles of voluntary simplicity, where you don't want to be a consumerist person. You don't want to buy, throw. We want to buy things, definitely, but we want to buy things that we keep for a long time because they're so much in alignment with what we love, with what we like, and they're also so much in alignment with what we need. When you buy things for your home, if that item you buy, in addition to being beautiful and giving you joy, fulfills a feng shui purpose, that's even more powerful to you. So, for example, you could buy an image of a beautiful painting, and by the fact you're bringing that image into your home, and you're like, every time you see it, you're like, wow, that's really beautiful. But if in addition, that painting, for example, has a path through the woods, and you put that in a hallway that is too narrow, and that painting doubles or widens symbolically your hallway, then it has an added value, and that's very important. When you start buying things for your home that have a function that is related to feng shui, you're going to get a lot more satisfaction from them than otherwise. There's a lot of surprises when you get products in order to use for feng shui. For example, sometimes you'll be surprised to find the beautiful thing you got is being reflected in a mirror. So there's really nice surprises. You get that through the feng shui process. And so going back to our topic, right? I don't want you to think in terms of I'm going to have so much abundance that I'm going to get whatever I want, even if I just turn around and throw it out. But I want you to be thinking about abundance in that all the things that are important to you and all the things that are going to add to your happiness are going to come to you. And so in our culture, there's a lot of repetition of this mantra that money can't buy happiness and that you cannot become happy by getting things. And the first time my kids heard this, they laughed and laughed and laughed. Why? Because they have had the experience of wanting something, saving their money, getting it, and then getting months of enjoyment out of one toy, one set of Legos, for example. So there is some happiness that you can pay for. Not in the sense that, I'm going to buy my happiness. But there's certain happiness in getting objects, in getting things for your home, in getting things for yourself, because we are spiritual beings in a material body, and our material bodies need things. And as spiritual beings, we also need things. We were recently talking with one of my clients about how she didn't want to have a proper living room. And when I asked her why, she told me because it feels kind of wasteful. Like a living room is just a place that's there and you don't do anything practical with it. And even if that was the case, a living room has a lot of functions, but even if a living room didn't have any purpose other than beauty, other than being pretty there for you, other than entertainment, other than your own enjoyment, those are needs of the spirit, and that has a value. When a recession happens, we start thinking everything is going to come to a halt, and people are not going to have any money is not going to be circulating, and a lot of people are going to go into poverty, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. That kind of thinking is taking us away from the perspective that people need things. People still need things. As I said before, we are spiritual beings in material bodies, and those material bodies have needs, and those spirits need things like the need for beauty, the need for meaning, the need for understanding, and all the physical needs that we have. So even right now, well, we still don't know what's going to happen. When is the pandemic going to be over? When will come that point when we have enough herd immunity that we can circulate normally? Even though we don't know that, some businesses are doing great right now. They're just doing fantastic. There's businesses that have been able to change what they're doing, and they're still making the same amount of money or even more money. I shared with you not too long ago the example of a baker that his job was providing bread for restaurants, and then all the restaurants closed. And so he started providing bread for local grocery stores, which were running out of bread because people went crazy buying bread, and then there was a shortage of flour. And in the meantime, he's creating relationships with the purchasers of those grocery stores so that he can continue to have business. Another kind of industry that is doing really well is anything that has to do with blue collar work, especially people who are self employed. This is what happened. A lot of people had been saving money to go on vacation, and then they did not go on vacation. So they decided to use that money for home improvements. So the people we know, a lot of my husband's patients are blue collar business owners. And a lot of them are getting more work. For example, the people who did our windows, they have a waiting list. People are redoing their kitchen cabinets. We have some friends that do man-made marble for countertops. They are busier than ever. We know somebody who does professional painting, house painting. He is having a lot of work. So the people that could not go on vacation are using that money. They're not holding onto the money. They're using that money to improve their homes because they have been stuck at home with many times nothing to do but look at how bad some things are, looking around and thinking, my gosh, that woodwork needs replacing. The kitchen cabinets need replacing. The floor of my foyer needs new tiles, whatever it is. And so there are people who are doing really well, even right now. People have needs, and those needs are not going to go away. And remember, they have spiritual needs, and they have physical needs, and they also have emotional needs. All you have to do is cater to some of those needs that people have right now in order to continue to receive abundance, to continue making money. There's a local lady, now I like to say I have my own personal shopper. So she has a business which is kind of like those services that you can buy things online and they deliver to your home. But she is an independent owner. She is not just like a driver or a delivery person for these services. She has her own business. So she won't just go shopping for groceries. For example, I placed a grocery order from Costco, and my son also needed shoes. So I told her what kinds of shoes, and she got us the shoes. And she'll just buy anything you want from any place in town. She'll deliver from any restaurant in town. She has like a radius of where she'll travel, to pick up things and bring them to you. So she's really making a go of these circumstances, right? Because people have needs. What you need to do is a little bit different from what the gurus tell you, right? People say, oh, you just have to have a great idea of what people need, provide what people need, and then you'll be set. I do like a quote from Zig Ziglar. He said that you can have anything you want if you provide enough people with what they want. So if there's enough people that really want something you have to offer, then you're going to get so many orders that you're going to be able to buy anything that you can get with money. I like that. But it's not about doing market research and looking at like, what do people want? What do people need? It has to be in alignment with your life mission. And so what you need to do is you need to ask heaven to illuminate you, to give you ideas, to give you inspiration. And you do that by being in stillness. In Feng Shui, we have a whole life area devoted to that, which is wisdom, self-knowledge, and rest. And the reason that is a whole life area is because that's how you get inspiration from heaven. So you have to have some stillness. You have to have moments when you're just receiving, not doing and talking. I know a lot of people that when they're praying, they're constantly talking and they're never stopping to listen. So you need to listen. One of the things that I'm doing that is new, that I probably would not have done if the coronavirus didn't happen, is that I'm going to be launching a new program in September, which is going to be called the Feng Shui Dream Home Creation Lab, because I saw there were so many people at home feeling unhappy with what they saw around them. And I went into a meditative state thinking, okay, what can I provide that is in alignment with my life mission that can help a lot of people at the same time without me having to become completely drained, because there's only I have a limit to the number of clients I can take on. I have a limit to the number of students I can take on. And so I went into a meditative state again and again and again. And every time I got a piece of the puzzle. So the first thing that I got was that it should be a program that can be delivered online. And then that the program should focus on simple things that people can do, simple things they can change without having to study deep knowledge about Feng Shui and without having to have a personalized consultant dedicated to them. This doesn't mean they're not going to need a Feng Shui consultation, but this means that they can do little things one after the next to start creating dream spots in their home that collectively then will become their dream home. And this came to me because of this need that I perceive that people are feeling trapped. And the one thing that I had seen that we have talked about in this group before is that my active students and clients did not feel the pandemic in the same way that other people felt them. Because instead of being home obsessing about what's going to happen with the economy, they were obsessing about the color of curtains they're going to pick. They were obsessing about the color of the bedspread they're going to add. They were spending their time looking at artwork they might get. And so that's a much more positive way to use your time than to just sit and worry or to just spend your time watching the news and imagining what's going to happen next. So this is what you need to do. You need to observe. You need to observe, you need to be in tune, you need to be in dialogue with reality. You do need to do that. And then you need to go within, and then you can ask, what need can I solve today for a lot of people that is in alignment with my life mission? And it being in alignment with my life mission means that it's in alignment with my talents, my gifts, my inclinations, my likes, and the pool of my spiritual contract with heaven. So all that coming together is going to give you the ideas that then you need to follow through with action. I have mentioned before, I work with this healer. His name is Bill Austin, and he's working out of Florida. And recently, he had done a session for me, like he does phone sessions, and he is able to clear a lot of things in just one session. And I was reviewing one of the courses that I have taken with a business coach, and she had a list of things of beliefs around money that you should probably clear. And so I sent him the list and I said, hey, can we get together and go through the list and clear these things? And I thought it was going to be super easy because there's the list. He can look at that and he can work and help me release any negative beliefs that I might still hold regarding any of that. And I just thought it was going to be a piece of cake. And then, during the phone call, he says, you know what? I'd like to go over every single one of these and I would like to customize them for you. So it was not easy at all. It was really, really hard. It took over an hour. And after that, I felt like, oh my gosh, I need to take a nap because I had worked on these things, for years ago. But it seems there's new layers of things that you need to see, especially when you're trying to do something new. So as I was trying to figure out what this new program is going to be like that I'm going to be offering in September, some other versions of issues around money and wealth came up. And the reason I'm mentioning this is that I want to share one thing that he said to me. He said that the source of your abundance are not your clients or your customers, and that it is a mistake to see your clients or your customers as the source of your abundance. Like, I need to get more clients, so I'll have more money. I need to get more customers, so I have more money. I need to sell more products, so I'll have more money. And I thought, I know this one. And I thought he was going to follow with, because everything comes from source, or everything comes from the universe, or the divine providence, or something like that. And then he surprised me by saying, the source of your money, the source of your abundance is you. And so that took me aback a little, right? And so I had to sit with that for a little bit. And then I realized, well, yeah, it's me, because I'm the one that has to take the actions that are going to end up generating abundance for myself. Because this reality we live in is a reality of action. It's not a reality of manifesting with thought. It's a reality that is based on action. But that action needs to be guided by heaven. That's why I'm saying go within, get messages from heaven, see how you can be in alignment with your life mission, and provide solutions for problems that you see a lot of people are having right now. What you do from the Feng Shui perspective is that you make sure your curb appeal is impeccable. And the entrance of your home is impeccable in terms of Feng Shui. What this means is that you are taking care, if you live in a suburban home, that your mailbox is in really good condition, that you have beautiful landscaping at the beginning of your driveway, that there's a safe path, preferably a sinuous path, meandering path, towards your front door, that your front door is bright, inviting, and surrounded by life. Also, that your front door opens fully to either 90 degrees or 180 degrees, and that your foyer is set up to attract abundance. That may include having a beautiful entry table that has a representation of the 5 elements: water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. And for many cases, and for most people, an image of a waterfall or a water fountain where the water looks like it's coming to the inside. It's very important during this time, more than other times, that you do not clutter your hallways or any circulation areas at all. When you put things that are cluttered in your hallways, your staircases, behind doors, especially entry doors, you are blocking the flow of qi. And if you are blocking the flow of qi, you're also going to block the flow of abundance. If you have not yet joined my Feng Shui for Us group on Facebook, I suggest you do it, because during the month of August, I am teaching everybody how to improve the curb appeal of their home. And I'm also offering alternatives for people who may live in an apartment or a condo where they get access to their home through a hallway. If you haven't joined my group, I suggest you do that today so that you don't miss any of the lessons or any of the tasks that are going to help you create beautiful curb appeal for your home.
As far as the entrance, I can't paint my door or put anything on it. But I can have a welcome mat that kind of blends in. They don't want anything with words on it, or
Okay.
They want it to almost like not be noticed. So what would you suggest for a nice welcome mat that I could use?
So it has to blend in with what colors?
I guess it's more like gray or beige. Like right now I have a gray entrance mat.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean you can see it, but it doesn't. It's not like loud. you know.
Yeah.
It's not blue or red or anything. It can't be. So
So
what
one thing
can
that
you
you
do?
can do in those cases is that you can get one that is ornate but in the same color, like a welcome mat that has some kind of texture or some kind of design that you really love.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Looking for some right here, so I'm going to share it with you. So see this one, for example, a welcome mat
Mm-hmm.
with the texture. There's a huge difference between having a welcome mat that looks like this and having a welcome mat that's in gray, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you can get some kind of design. Let me see here if I can click. Do you see what I'm clicking on, this other mat?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Huh. See that? So like with a design of leaves.
Mm-hmm. I'd almost like to have something that's more of like a rug. There's no outdoors.
There's no outdoors. And so you might want to, we could even maybe look for a foyer rug
Oh, okay.
because it's, in your case, it's not even, I mean, there's no connection with the outdoors from the hallway, right?
Right.
And so you might even be able to get something a little more luxurious to keep there.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find something here. This one's kind of neat.
Hmm.
See that one?
Yes.
So then this one is a kitchen rug. So you might be able to even search through kitchen rugs.
Okay.
And that might, because those tend to be softer, right?
Yes.
And so look at this, for example, just to expand on the concept, right? Okay,
Yep.
you're allowed only one color, but you're not limited to only one texture.
Right. That's nice.
And so, yeah, I like
I
this
like
one. So
that one.
that's how you can add a little bit of variety or excitement to your welcome mat when you're not allowed to do colors, right?
Right. Yes, I like that. Thank you.
I
Okay.
also have, so some of my clients are using this image. This is a painting that I did for the cover of my latest book,
Mm-hmm.
in my room. And so I have this one on the Redbubble store and also on Cafe Press, and you can get it as a tile, a metallic print. So some of my clients are using this if the entrance is not what they would want to. For example, if you come in through the garage, you may have a really beautiful entrance on the other side, but you come in through the garage, and then you have to go through an unfinished basement and go up some stairs, and that's how you get to your kitchen. And so
Mm-hmm.
they're placing this image because it's an image of a Feng Shui correct entrance.
Where do you
When
place
you
the?
have that, you could place it if they allowed you. You could put it on the door or to the
Yeah.
side of the door. But since they don't allow you that, you could put it inside, somewhere in the foyer. But it would have to be so you see it as soon as you come in.